pressure on coaching and mentoring demand on me. And we've run it now. John, how many years now? This is like the third, correct? Like 3 years?
Yes.
Am I right?
Yes.
Okay, so we've been running this, and the whole essence is just to ensure that coaching, mentoring is available on the go. It doesn't have to cost you, and you don't have to wait for it. And we are still looking forward to growing this significantly bigger than this. But in the interim, we've kept faith and we've been pushing on month after month. And today, we are landing a series we started a couple of months ago that has to do with AI and you. Last week, we had a blast, starting with the first run of this DIY practical session. We are actually having today's session because last week we couldn't go as far as we had wanted to go. So today, we want to land by just having another run of a DIY session where the whole essence of this AI and You series is to just demystify AI. And personally, I have enjoyed this series, even for me as the promoter of the content. So I hope you have as well. And if you are just joining us, this is part 5, as you saw there. It means that we have had 4 parts. I will encourage you, all the past episodes are available on our YouTube channel. My producer will drop it on the chat box for this particular episode. You can go back and watch every one of them. They are very enlightening and they lay a solid foundation on which you can build depending on how you want to apply or use AI. So today, I would not be doing as detailed a recap as I did last week, simply because I would like us to create more time for the practical session. And please, for those who are going to be joining with the last link that I shared, which does not require registration, it would be nice if you can just rename so that we don't have many John Titi lawyers on the call and we don't know which one is which. Okay. So I will not be doing a detailed recap today so that we can free up the time for the real content, which is how can we operationalize the adoption of artificial intelligence. But just to lay the foundation, what we've said is that artificial intelligence combines 2 words: intelligence, which speaks about knowledge and skills and the ability to think, to be aware, and to take decisions. Artificial says it is not occurring naturally. So when you mix the two together, we are talking about ability to think, to feel, to provide context, all of that, but not existing naturally. And it is not new, it's been here for a while. And at the core of it is that things are changing. It's about how can you deal with change. One of the things that just struck me in the course of this series is that if you want to reduce everything we've been talking about and that we'll talk about today to just one thing, it is this for me: kick the fear. Kick your fear of AI. Just throw yourself into it. It won't kill you. It won't bite you. Until you start to use it, you do not know how to use it. That's all. You have a need, you think AI can solve it, you don't even need to know which app can solve it. Just go online and start. You will see the link, you will see a note, you will see some information, follow the track, you will mix your way around, miss your way around some turns, but you eventually find it, as we are going to show in what we have. So once you have that self-efficacy, as the psychologists will call it, the belief in your ability that you can succeed at it. Once that self-efficacy is there for you, then everything is a lot more straightforward. So, and that's what we've tried to address in the last couple of weeks. And even though AI is not new, you have your predictive text, you have had Siri. What has happened is that the scale at which it has gone has now become very, very nuclear. So it's now computing capacity on steroids. So when you hear Chat GPT, GPT speaks about a system that can be pre-trained. So it will take patterns, it gets trained, and then it can transform that training into usage that can then generate answers and stuff for you that you will be amazed as to what it can do. There are so many myths around AI, and that's what I've said. Just kick the fear, throw yourself inside it. Whether AI will take your job or not is a matter of speculation. All we know is that it's a machine, and it is not likely that AI is the one that will take your job. It is those that know how to use AI that are likely going to take your job. So it's up to you now to find usage for it, apply yourself to it, and get going with it. Okay. So that's all that I would like to take by way of intro, so that we can get into the learning environment. Okay. So it's about getting to see how it works, getting your hand on how to use it, and then the more you use, the more you know how to use. So that having been said, I have the pleasure of handing over to my producer, who is also going to be the first person to go today in terms of showing us what we can do with AI. And that is no other person apart from Mr. John Titiloye. If you can unmute and clap, if you can share the clap emoji, please feel free to do that as he takes the floor to continue from where he started last week. So, Uncle John, over to you now. Show us some of the magic that AI can do. And once he's done or gone some distance with that because he can't finish, I will then come back and do some simulation on the finance side. If you have the financial people in the house, I show you how you can also use AI apart from all the other apps that are out there for different things, how you can use AI. And if you are where you can talk, or you are on your PC where you can also share your screen, we are actually trying to make this as immersive as possible. So it'll be nice to also have you share your screen at some point and show us what you're doing, so that everybody can see that there is really nothing to this. It's similar as to how we learned how to use Excel, how to use Microsoft Word, and all you need is get going and immerse yourself in it, and you're going to be fine. So, Uncle John, over to you. I'm here, and once he's done, I'll come on. You have the floor, sir. Like I said, please, for those who are joining from the link that doesn't require registration, please rename your profile so that we can engage and interact a bit better by knowing exactly who is behind that name. Thank you very much. John, over to you now.
All right. Thank you, Timak. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to everybody from wherever you are joining us throughout the world. I am sharing my screen now. Please confirm you can see my screen. Can you see
Yes,
my
I
screen,
can.
please? Okay, great. All right. So, similar to the last session, I will be taking prompts from the audience. We'll be creating things from what the audience want us to do, but I'll just start by doing one thing. And so I'll create one picture, then go to a video, and then we'll go from there. So if you were in the last session, we used designer.microsoft.com to create a picture, and that's where I am right now. So I am at designer.microsoft.com. I will click on create at the top right, and I click on create images. So June is for some people, it is they're beginning to enter summer, if I'm right. And so we want to create we want to create the image of for someone who has an ear business. Yes, we want to just create a flyer that would market their business. So let's go to ChatGPT. If at any point I'm not clear or I have lost anyone, please let me know so that I can trace my steps back. So I'm going to tell ChatGPT here to come up with a prompt. To create a prompt for a marketing campaign. So, all right, so I say create a prompt for a marketing campaign image for a hair care company advertising its summer sales. And I click on enter. All right, now here's the prompt: a vibrant and sunny flat lace scene showcasing premium hair care products. This. A bottle is tilted with a product gently spilling in a glossy swirl. I love this. Yeah. So this is great. We are going to just take this and go and put it.
Please, let me just point out something that you are doing. So
All
what you
right.
are doing is that you are using AI to use AI.
Exactly.
I would like everyone to just soak that in, which is where I started from, that the primary purpose of this series is to take out the fear. As in, there's nothing you want to do with AI that you will not find a help from AI and internet to use it. Once you can overcome that fear, you are more than halfway gone in that journey. So I really, really, really want you to take that in. So the idea is, in fact, there was a time when there was a new course came up and it was being touted as prompt engineering, but now it has expired because of things like this. So if it bears repetition that if you don't take anything away from the series, just know that it is not something to be feared. AI is not something to be dreaded. AI is not something to hide, to run behind the wall and be peeping from a corner. Apply yourself to it, immerse yourself into it. Instead of guessing as to what prompt will work, you have come to AI has given you a prompt, you take it from here, you go there. The more you use, the more you know how to use it. Go on, sir.
All right. Thank you. I should also add that if this does not meet your need, you can adjust it. You can tell tell ChatGPT to adjust it.
I'm not sure whether you pointed out what the text that was written. If you go back to ChatGPT, underneath that, it gives a suggestion.
Okay.
Would you like it tailored to a specific audience? Is it women, natural hair, men's grooming? If you just come down, John, and just type, let's just say men's grooming, you don't even need to repeat your entire question because it's good to see how basic this thing is. Let's just say men's grooming and enter. So it will recreate that same prompt. So it's like you are talking to a human being. You don't have to go again and repeat everything. Give me something for men's hair grooming. If you go down, you probably have asked you another question to say, "Would you like?" See, so it's very intuitive. It's so easy to use once the fear is out of it. Yeah, let's go on, sir. I just wanted to point that out. Sorry.
No problem. All right, so let's go with this male hair care product. I'm going to copy it and I will go to my Microsoft Designer. So here I just paste it and I click on create. So before I click on create, you can choose the format, the size of the final product. What we currently have here is a square, right? So when you click on the option, you can see that you can get a portrait, which is the 9 by 16, or landscape, which is 16 by 9. And the reason for the different options are what your final product wants to be, right? So if, for example, let's say what you wanted to create was an image that you're going to use in another flyer, you might prefer a square image. That is a square the image that is designed. So just play with it and play around it, and you will be amazed at the results. So I've clicked on create and it is working. While we are still on the image scene, I okay. Okay, this is done. So I click on this first one. So you can see that it has brought different items for us. Now, this you could use this as an inspiration for the shoot. So let's say you already have some of these products. This can be an inspiration for a shoot. You can ask it for inspiration. Obviously, these items here are not the things that you already have, but you can see all the great results we have here, and it's nice. So I am going to go to canva.com. Yes. So Canva is also an app Canva is an app that is used for designing graphics, for flyers, for different graphics design purposes. People use it even to design book covers and like. But they also now introduce their AI feature, which you can see here. I went to canva.com and now here is the AI feature. So now it says describe your idea and I'll bring it to life. Do we have anybody here in the audience who wants to bring something up? Someone here in the audience. Let me see. We have a number of people here. Is there anybody who wants to describe something for us here? Or should I just go ahead with what I have in mind?
All these plenty John Titi lawyers, please, can you rename so that we know which Titi lawyer we want to call? If you have used the link that doesn't require you to register, you are impersonating. Do you just want to change your name if you want to have better interaction so that we can call you and have you contribute if you have anything to say?
Yes, please don't impersonate me. I beg. Anybody? Okay.
Did
All
you
right.
ask a question?
Yeah, I was asking if anyone wants to suggest what we should. Okay, somebody raised their hand. Please go ahead. The person who raised their hand, you can unmute and speak, and you can even put on your video too. You can speak. Tima, can you hear anybody?
No. So your question is, does anybody have what?
Okay. they should suggest a prompt, something they want us to create.
To design for.
Yes.
Okay. We have a product in the market, screws and spanners. And let's say that we are now ready to start onboarding customers. So we've been onboarding service providers. Now we want to onboard customers. So what do you need? Somebody's raising hand.
Yeah, it's a person who says their name is not Titilayo. You can please rename yourself.
Titiloye, we don't know how to call you, or one of the John Titiloyes. John, AI has multiplied you by, is it 7 or 10 on this thing? So,
Yeah, no. Okay. Please go ahead, sir.
is it
Tima,
me? Okay.
yes.
So I'm saying that, can we design something to tell the market that customers can now come and start using this Screws and Spanner app?
Hmm.
Is that
Okay.
something we can do? So
Yes,
it's
so
it's more like announcing Screws and Spanners and say your shop log to artisanal needs.
okay. Okay, so design a flyer to inform audience that they can now use customers that they can now use screws and spanners.
Yes, that to announce the the market, the availability or the arrival of screws and spanners. Yes. I'm Aluko Abiola. Okay. Yes, Aluko Abiola. Okay, I don't know. No. Can you if you raise your hand again, I can rename you. We can conduct a naming ceremony for you. Okay, I think your hand is still there. Let's see if I can rename you. Confirm if I have gotten it correct, Aluko Abiola. Did I rename the right one? If it is, just say yes. Give me a thumbs up or something.
Yes, I think you've done that, Timak.
Okay. All right.
So the great thing about this is that, I mean, it might take some tinkering around. It might not be this singular prompt that will help you create the flyer, but it can give you ideas that you can now use to go and create the flyer or for different elements of that flyer. So now the prompt, what I said was that create a prompt for a flyer to announce to customers that they can now use the Screws and Spanners app. All right, so now here's a prompt. A bold, modern announcement flyer for the launch of a home services app called SNS. Visual should feature a cheerful Nigerian family or young adult using a smartphone with the Screws and Spanners app visible on the screen. Include visual icons of common home services, plumbing around them. Background should be clean with warm tones. We're live. Okay, so can we see this, please?
Yes, sir.
All right, so I'm a little curious about what this will be because this is completely outsourcing the creativity to AI.
Yeah.
I mean, I've never done anything like this, but let's
You are
see. Let's
going,
see
you are
how
soon going to get fired. That's what it is.
let's see how it
I'm
goes.
actually impressed with the context that he has created. How did he know that Screws and Spanners have a mobile phone?
I've told you something about screws and spanners before.
I was going to say that.
Yes.
Interesting. Let's see this live one. We are live. Can
Okay.
it be bigger?
Yeah.
Interesting.
So, and why this is great is that for let me toggle, please. Please, I'm toggling. I want
Yeah,
you to
that's
just follow
fine.
me. So for this one I created with designer.microsoft.com, it
Yeah,
was just like the finished product,
yeah,
just the final thing, right? So, and it was, we can't edit it. It's an image, a JPG you can download. But now I'm toggling back to Canva. You can see that I can I can edit. I
I
can
see.
just take it to use to Canva editor and then now edit the different elements of this design.
I see.
Yeah, so now I'm going to Canva editor and I can play with the color. I can play with the elements, which are like some of all these shapes on the screen. I can
Interesting.
play with the text. Maybe I don't want, for example, if I want to use force the seasons or something, let me use, there's a font that we use, the seasons. So now I can change it to my preference, right?
Interesting.
I can make it bold. And if I want, I can just, for example, copy this and say we are live. Just for example, Control Z. So now I'm just going to copy this single line and say we are live maybe in Lagos.
Interesting.
So I can choose to make this,
Smaller.
yeah. So if I want, I can come and look for an image that shows Lagos. This is, so for example, right?
Interesting.
And before you know it, you have a
Interesting.
flyer. You know,
Interesting.
you can maybe I can make this go down, go behind some.
Exactly.
So anyway, just a little playing around, different things, and you have your flyer. So now this all of this did not take so much work. All of this just was me asking a question, and to start with, AI gave us the prompt. Hmm? Now that
Yeah.
prompt was what gave us this. That
Yeah.
prompt was what gave us this. Where is image behind? Anyway, now let me put loudspeaker full screen. See, we are live in Lagos. It's interesting, isn't it?
Very.
These images have just been created. They are not people that exist, right? And they are very beautiful ladies. If you,
If you, yeah,
yeah.
if you can see.
So we can go back. We can say we wanted to have one male, one female, all of that, and it even gave us options earlier. So I want to stop here because of our time for image creation. I have a friend who used this to create some like cartoons. One person used a video tune to a video creation app to create cartoons for his children. The other person used one AI app to create storybooks for children. So regardless of the field you are in, the industry you are in, whether for recreational or for
This,
commercial purposes, yes, you can use these things to just make your life easier. And the great thing is that you don't have to take everything it gives you hook, line, and sinker. You can adjust it to
suit you.
to suit your need. Yes. Thank you very much. Thank you, sir. So I know that I'm far behind with time, but let me just quickly go to the video part. The video. If you remember, I spoke about Google VO3 at the last session, and
Yes, sir.
VO3 is Google's platform for creating very nice video, different kinds of video, and I showed us samples of some things that have been created. So now I have gone to labs.google/flow, labs.google/flow, or you could just go to Google and search for, you could just go to Google and search for Google View 3. View 2 also exists, by the way. Now I've come to that, and I'll just click on View 3 here. I'll go to try in flow, and here we are. So that's how I got to that page I was. So I've come to create with flow.
You have an account already, yes?
Yes, yes, sir.
So for those who don't have accounts, who do not have an existing account, when they get there, the first thing they will have to do will be to create an account, correct?
Yes, that's correct.
All right. And all you need to create an account, at least the trial account is your email address. That's all.
Yes, your email address. That's it.
All right.
So here are some things I've created. I have created animation for a video wall. I've created this. I think I showed us this Suya person in the last
Yes.
one.
Yes.
I was trying to explain something to someone, and I created this market scene, and this was for one of the things we use for one of our communication materials for screws and spanners. So new project. So for this, I was thinking about a school scene where two children are talking in class, and so I will go once again go to ChatGPT. Now there are different apps. I'm just using this because it's what I'm familiar with. There are different sites or apps that we can use to generate prompts or to guide us. But I'm just using this. So let's go. Um, so grade two students learning about Nigerian colors. So this is in class, a grade two Nigerian class. Scene is a grade two Nigerian class. The teacher is teaching his class about Nigerian history. Help generate a prompt for a video generation site. So here I'm saying help generate a prompt for a video generation site. The scene is a grade two Nigerian class. The teacher is teaching his class about Nigerian history. Let's put some other details. It is the school is the classroom is well lit and has different murals on the wall. Students are attentive. Okay. Any more detail from anyone in the audience? Are we following, please?
Yes, I'm with you.
All right. Okay, so let's just give it this. I'm reading through the prompt to see.
All right.
Okay, so I will copy it up to this position, and I will adjust some things. So it says, would you like to specify a region, e.g. Yoruba? I think for now this is just cool. What it give us is fine. I come into flow. I paste this. So a bright, cheerful grade two classroom in Nigeria filled with this. Okay, the place I had issue with was towards the end. Bro, just clear voice style, semi-realistic animated. Okay, let's just give it. So while this is going on, there is an app for lip syncing that if we had a voiceover that we want to use it for, we could take our video to that site and lip sync. Lip sync means that to have the characters speak and let that the movement of their lips to match the audio, right? So if we have enough time, which I'm not sure we can go there, but let's just see where this one comes for now. So is there anybody in the audience who would like to practicalize anything that we've learned so far? Is there anybody?
Meaning
Sir?
meaning you are on your PC, you have an internet, and you are ready to share your screen. Yes, is that what you mean?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Anybody?
All right. The first one is ready. However, it is showing this map looks like is it Cote d'Ivoire now, or why is it showing green, white, yellow? And now it's showing Italy somewhere in the top. Okay, so our video is ready.
Did you specify that it should be like a cartoon?
Yeah, one of the prompts says should be semi-animated.
Okay, all right.
It says semi-realistic or animated.
All right.
So here we have it. This is see now we can see that this is where the teacher comes into class. So we can make this part of a scene. Timak, how much longer do I have, sir?
I would say that you still have at least another 20 minutes.
Okay. So we can, okay, I'll say I would like some people to practice. So now this is a teacher speaking in class. I'm going to click on this and say add to scene. It is adding it to scene. What I want to create originally is for in that same class now for a student to now stand up and ask a question. Do we get
Okay.
it? So
Yeah.
that's like continuing the scene. So now I'm going back to ChatGPT to continue with that prompt. So I'll say, great. Now I need a student in that class, that same class, to stand up and ask a question. Let it be a wide shot. The other settings remain the same. All right. So I'll copy this and I'm going to go back to flow. And now I will click on this for you to create that next scene. Please confirm you can still hear me.
Yes, I can.
All right. So this was the sheet, the Google sheet, the Excel sheet that I shared with the HeyCoach community for different apps that we can use to for different purposes. I also shared the link to a site for that someone created where you can get different tools for different purposes. So if you're not on the HeyCoach community, you are missing. When TMAC starts, I will just drop a link for us here on how to join the HeyCoach community.
And I
There are
also have some images that will be dropping on that community. So if you're not there, because there's no other way to share it, you'll be missing something. So
right. Music composition. Where's our video?
it has disappeared.
I think that is the next one. So here you can see that it has created the next scene, but
Yeah.
miraculously, the teacher is now a female. So,
Mm,
so here it is.
yes.
Yeah, so we just need to adjust that, just to make sure that it fits what we want. In in ChatGPT, there's something that they call something they call continuous character. What is it now? I think it's consistent character GPT. Yes, is consistent character GPT. So in ChatGPT, there are different GPTs, there are different like
Different.
templates that you can use.
Yeah.
And one great thing about this is that you can describe to it what you want. So to start with, you just tell it what you want, and then it will now continue to create prompts that follow that sequence, that pattern, so that whenever you go to your app for creating videos or whatever you want to create, you can have those consistencies. So because of the limitation of our time, we'll not be going to that now. So like for the audio, for the text, what do you call it now? Beg your pardon. For the voiceover, you can you can you can give it the text so that an AI tool will voice it out, or you can just now voice it yourself. So the possibilities are endless, quite frankly, and I want to just I think I want to end this here, so that we can give opportunity to anyone in the audience to practice.
Anybody available to practice? Anybody interested to practice?
Well, I've been able to generate an image, but to now turn it to video is where I am lost.
No, if you want to do video, you have to actually work with a video creation app. Image is a separate app from video creation.
Do you want
Did
to
you
share your screen, ma?
did you get that?
Yes, I did.
What app did you use to create the image, ma?
The bio,
Vio.
yeah.
Okay, great. So do you want to share your screen? Are you able to share your screen?
Yes, if I'm allowed.
Yes, you are.
Can you see my screen now?
Coming up.
Okay. So this is Gemini.
Yes. It gave me
Yes. Ma,
should I back so you see how I got here?
say that again.
I said, should I go back so you see how I got here?
Not necessarily. I know how you got here.
Okay.
So at the point where you said at the point where you came to Gemini, you could possibly have gone to Flow. So let's
Oh,
start. Let's please, can you create a new tab and search for Google View 3. Yeah.
so I clicked on this.
All right. So instead of going there, please click on the next one. So the
Yeah.
thing about View 3 is that you could go through the Gemini app or through the Flow path, and the Flow path is where we want to go through for today.
Oh, okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Okay.
So I might be asking you to sign in and
Hmm. Okay,
uh,
so my prompt should be reading um a video prompt.
No, whatever you put. Okay, sorry, John, go ahead.
yes, ma'am. What do you want to create?
This is what I gave in as my prompt.
Okay, hold on, please. A virtual classroom setting with a friendly female teacher on a computer screen, teaching 4 diverse learners who are each seated at their own desks. All right. So this is nice. Nice. You realize that from that Gemini one, the
Yeah.
images they were not Nigerian. Do you want to create
Yes,
Nigerian characters?
I won't mind.
Yes. So let's say that a virtual classroom setting with, or you can say a virtual classroom setting in Nigeria, in a Nigerian setting. That just makes it okay. Then something else I noticed, I'm trying to remember. Okay, so we now, let's just say it should be realistic characters.
Wait,
At
should
the
I put that?
s- say that again.
I said, should I put that here?
Yes, please.
Okay.
Then um well lit background, well lit scene with a well lit scene. Okay, so let's go. You notice that this is view 2. Okay. It wants you to sign up on view. That is why it is not allowing you. So are you willing to do the trial, the 30-day trial?
I don't think so.
What did you say?
I said, I don't think so. Not now.
That's fine. That's fine. It's free and you can cancel anytime, but that's fine. But if you want to create other images, um you can use other app. I think you should be able to use Canva.ai, Canva.com/AI, and there are a couple of other tools that I use, but all of them require some form of registration. So you can go to canva.com/AI, and from there you can create. So
Okay.
yes, ma'am. All right. Thank you. Anybody else?
Coffee Diaz that was here with us last week. She's quiet today. What did we do? Or is she not here anymore?
She's still here.
Have we done anything wrong? You gave us so much energy last week. Ruth is raising her hand.
All right. Ruth, please go ahead. Please unmute and speak.
Okay, good evening.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Hello, Ruth. Please go ahead.
Yeah, I want to share my screen.
Oh, great.
Can you see it now?
Yes, please.
All right. Do you have the VO3?
Yes.
Okay.
Um, mm,
So it's going to require you to sign up.
I think I already did.
Okay. Let's see.
Not looking like it though.
The same field generation.
Yeah, that message at the top, we're asking you to subscribe, means that you've not subscribed. So you need to click on subscribe. Yes, please.
Are you ready to do that now?
So
Yes.
oh,
You,
Look at the
you don't
menu.
have you don't have to do all of that in front of all of us. Before I will take your card and go and collect all your money.
so let me see if I can stop your sharing. Can I do that?
Collect your money.
Okay.
Okay, so I have to add my card to it.
Yes.
You can cancel, you can set up a trial and then cancel if you want at the end of the trial, but you need to put in your card to set it up.
Okay.
Okay, so there is nothing we can even do in one session that can replace everybody getting into this and trying your hands on it. This session is more about awareness as to what is possible here. It is now left for everybody individually to work on it, find the one that resonates with you. There are things that you're even seeing right now that you may not need now, but you you will not really appreciate the awareness that is being created here until the day you need it. And then you remember that, ooh, I've seen something like this before. And based on whatever you remember, you can then navigate your way to wherever you need to get to. So that's fantastic. John, I assume you have stopped, or is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. Let me just take a few minutes just to talk about this from the finance side. Do we have anybody who is heavily in the finance space on this call? You're an accountant, you are a business person, you are dealing with money, dealing with reports. Anybody? If you are here, please raise your hand. Yeah, I will still go through what I want to go through. I just want to know if there is anybody here that is into that. Okay, so there are different apps that does different things. And really, it's up to us as individuals to determine what we want to do with it. I wanted to just show two examples. So I'm going to repeat this. If you can see my screen, I was working on putting together a pitch document for one of our clients. They are trying to pitch investors for a particular project, and we needed to calculate some financial ratios so that we know, is it a profitable project or not. I'm just going to repeat this. Normally, we would have sat down. Oh God, this is very interesting. As an accountant, I would have had to sit down, take Excel or take paper, take calculator, punch, 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 punch. This thing that you see here may take 30, 45 minutes to do if you want to calculate it for multi-year. But let's even do it again. Let's say that instead of calculating IRR, I want to calculate what you call NPV, net present value for this project. This is the cost. This is the annual revenue. This is the discount factor. The project will take 10 years. Let's see what we find. So it says it's analyzing. Let's see what's going to give us. Okay. So that's it. It's telling me this is the initial cost, this is revenue, this is duration, this is discount rate. At 22% discount rate, this is the net book value. But this is not how I want it. So what I want is I want it to give it to me along different I want it to give it to me along different discount rates. So I then said, I think I'm not, this is my work. I'm just trying to save time by not retyping. Okay, I think I'm not stating it clear enough. This is what I want. NPV calculations. I want to see what is the net present value for the different rates, and I want to see it in a table. So I then come here and say, okay, this is what I'm saying. Give it to me again, because I know what I wanted was a table that we say at this rate, this is what you get, at that rate, this is what you get. It's so interesting that if you're not an accountant, I don't want to bore you with the details, but if you are asking the wrong question, as an example, when I was calculating this, the first thing I did was to say, give me the IRR, internal rate of return, at different rates. That was a wrong question, because the internal rate of return is one rate when you are calculating evaluation. Again, you may not understand. But this thing that you saw here that has come out in 2 minutes, I'm not sure, without having the absolute confidence of my correctness, I'm not sure when I was still very actively doing this, I'm not sure I would have done it less than 45 minutes, 30, 45 minutes. That's giving me in 2 minutes. Okay? And this is just the vanilla chat GPT. There are different tools. So you have data, tons of data, and you are looking for things that are probably fraudulent. There are apps that can help you trend and say, these are outliers, check them out. So you don't have to pour through 10,000. You just isolate a few transactions for you and say, check this out. Now, I want to just do one before I stop. This is from one of my clients for one of their jobs. And I want to just show you how powerful this is. So I will just copy this out, and I'm going to ask it to calculate for me the profit and loss. I'm just going to chunk this data here, and I'm going to say, give me the P&L. I didn't give it any prompt. Okay, let's see what's going to do. Excellent. Okay, I didn't say anything to it. I hope you noticed that. All I did was just to dump data. But this is what it has done for me. Sales.
Hmm.
It's giving me the sales, cost of sales on its own, and it's giving me net profit. Now, this is not what I want. I will then tell him I want it per location because there are different locations here. So let's tell him. Great. Okay, you see how he's doing it? I'm still going to ask him to put them side by side so that I can have a good view. So he's taking them one by one now. One by one by one by one by one. So I hope you get the gist. Like I said at the beginning, the whole point of this series is to demystify AI. Some people are terrified by it. Some have lost their peace because of it. Some are anxious because of it. Some are even paranoid about it. If you walk away from this session with the confidence that now I can attempt to use this thing, we will have achieved our objective. And this is not the end of this journey. Let me do the last thing. I need the report side by side for easy comparison. Then also include percentages as well as comparative percentages. I don't know what that means myself, but I just want to see what it is going to do. Comparative percentages. So let's see what it's going to do. Can you see what I'm seeing? Anybody seeing my screen?
Yes, we are. Yes, we are, sir.
Do you know how many hours it will have taken you to be doing this by Excel?
All those formulas and everything.
Can you just imagine how much? And you know why this is running? You can actually just minimize this and be doing something else. And then when you're done, it comes back and see something here. Can you see where my cursor is?
Yes, sir.
You don't even have to be struggling. You can actually just click here to copy the entire table, go somewhere and chunk it in and then optimize it as you want. So we can go on and on with this. The point that we're trying to make with this series that we've done is AI is coming. There is no running from it. Everybody will be affected. Everything will be affected. Beyond the table is even giving you insight. The highest is this. HQ is running at a loss. Overhead percentages are low. These are insights that you would have to pour on your own to study the data before you can draw these insights. As it is giving you the table and it's asking you, do you want to see the chart? Let's see graphs of percentage margin. Graphs of percentage margins. ChatGPT doesn't handle images effectively for me as far as I'm concerned. But again, there are different apps that does different things. So this is what it is calling graph now. I hope you can see what I'm saying.
Yes, sir.
So, but
You can even
again,
bring this out to Excel.
yes. So the whole message therefore is ChatGPT, artificial intelligence has come to stay. There's no running from it. You can't hide. And I was saying that it's not even done. I was reading something preparing for this that there is even a thinking right now that the way our devices look right now is going to change in the nearest now because of ChatGPT, that the devices we have keyboard and screens, that they are not adequate to give us the real experience, the real engagement and interaction. They don't give enough context, that you can't engage artificial intelligence enough if the only way of interacting with it is by keyboard and by screen. What the device looks like, I don't know. Okay. And this is exciting. They are saying that as quick as December next year, new sets of devices that are shipped and designed differently may start to ship. There is nothing to be afraid of. That's just the message. Just make up your mind to embrace it. Make up your mind to engage it. Make up your mind to immerse yourself in it. And then whatever comes, it will just be a progressive learning. The same way we were working before. When I started to learn computer, it looks like I'm an archaic, like I'm a man from the Stone Age now. I started learning how to use a PC from the era of what they call the MS-DOS. There was no mouse. All you had was this blue screen and command, Control X, bam, Control Y, this, do. You want to sort this. You have to memorize. We had to memorize all the commands. You only the PC then had to do purely by commands. Now you see the mouse and you take it for granted. It has not always been like that. Now the coming devices is suggesting that it will even be different from what it is right now. It is completely, therefore, up to everybody to decide how they want to engage it. But there's one thing I know you cannot afford to do, is to fear it or cower before it or run away from it or hide your head inside the sand with it. You need to immerse yourself. You need to embrace it. You need to engage it. The more you use it, the more you know how to use it. You do not have to worry about what other apps are doing. Remember that technology itself is a tool, and it is therefore something you should just make up your mind. How does it affect you? Today, you need this tool, learn it. You may need another tool tomorrow. When you get there, you will learn it, and then the next one, and then the next one, until you are done, and that's it. So enjoy the journey. Don't be overwhelmed with it. I got this from one of my friends today. I will drop it. We will drop it in the HeyCoach Telegram group. There are different information here. We do not know what your interests are. We do not know what your needs are. But our job is just to put everything out there. You may need them now. It may be later that you come back to check them out. But if we have been able to help you to demystify what AI is, we would have done our job. So,
Timac, sorry, before you wrap up, just 30 seconds. If you remember that there was a prompt that I took into VO3 and
yes,
it's created something for us. So I
yes.
took that exact same prompt to another
Do you
app.
want to share? Do you want to show it?
Oh, I am. Can you see my screen?
Oh, sorry, let me stop sharing. I can only see my own screen. Okay, yes, I can see your screen now.
All
Yes.
right. All right. So
Interesting. Interesting.
I I took that exact same prompt to another app, that's the Canva AI, and I
Yeah.
just created it. It told me that it's going to do 8 seconds. I asked it to go ahead. And now let me play what it said. Now this one
Please.
comes with its own audio. All right, so
Okay.
please listen. Let me know if you can hear.
But teacher, why were the ancient Nigerian kingdoms so powerful?
Did you hear that?
Yes, we did. I did.
Okay. All right, great. I wanted to just show that there are lots of options for the two people who wanted to share and were deterred by the fact that they needed to create an
Sign up.
account. I wanted to just show that there's lots of other options there that are free and you don't.
Is Canva free?
Yes, it has its free parts and its paid parts, but
All right.
you can do a lot with the free, a lot and a lot with the free parts.
All right.
Yeah.
Canva.
Yes, sir.
Canva.
Canva.com.
Okay, canva.com.
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right, so I'm stopping my sharing.
Yes, sir. Let me just try to land this so that we can then have the survey, and if there's any final question, we'll do so. Like I've been saying, it's all about AI is a tool. There's nothing to be afraid of. It's up to you to decide how you want to use it. Okay, so is there any final question or contribution from anybody? Any final question, contribution from anybody? Final question, comments, contribution from anybody?
Yes, good evening, sir.
Good evening, sir.
My name is Barnabas.
Okay, sir. Welcome, sir.
Yes, sir. Glad this is a very interesting topic. A ready concept that is currently a wildfire, in all industry. It affects cut across all industries and all. Well, I want to ask a question.
Yes, sir.
Okay, while AI has come to stay, I use AI in my duty.
Okay.
Yeah, it accelerates me. It gives me what I want within seconds, content, whatever I want to do. I just go to AI and bam, 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 it gives it to me. Then, do you think we are nearing that time where we should agitate for regulations of AI? Because currently there are certain people who do the opposite with AI currently. Their job is just to do the bad things with AI. Okay, this person's image, I can use it to do this, cause confusion, do this, do this, do this. In fact, a lot of a lot of misinformations, have started coming out using AI. People use AI to create this, to create that. So do you think we are getting to that stage where probably the users of AI, the good users of AI, should start, calling on regulators to regulate the use of AI?
Yes. AI, like any other tool. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Thanks for joining, Barnabas. Nice to have you here. AI is not different from any other tool. It's the same way people have been using Yahoo to defraud. You don't need any new legislation. My opinion is that the point around AI is not really at the point of the end user, is really at the point of the promoters and the designers, that they're not building things that can get out of hand. I don't do a lot of movie, but I love thrillers and I love sci-fi. Some of those movies where they will create a bot that will now get out of hand, that those that created it will not be able to tame it. That's where the problem for me lies. But every other thing, there's nothing different. It's the same way, whether it is robo car, automated driving car, or driverless cars, or even a common email or a common telephone. There will always be deviants that will misuse and abuse it. We all just need to be aware that those things are possible and be on the lookout for it. As an example, and thank you for asking this question. One of the problems with AI is that if you receive anything that doesn't sit well with you, don't take it hook, line, and sinker. There's something that is called deep fake. It's so deep that if you are not careful, you will not know it is not. So I think there's this girl, Adeola, keeping it real, I can't remember, that's what she calls it, that spoke about some people faking their uncle or aunties or some people's voice around them. If you are not sure, take the call and then call them back yourself. You have gotten something, it doesn't sit with what you think it should be. Initiate the move yourself. So that awareness is part of what we are trying to do here. But regulation, the regulation for AI must be with those who are developing it, the Sam Altman of this world, the Google of this world, the Apple of this world, all those people that are creating. We are just using whatever they give to us. Granted that there will be abuse, but the real regulation we need is at the point of creation, that they don't cross some lines that cannot get into the dark web or the dark world and now can be unleashed on humanity, and we start to look for ourselves. Sometimes I fear that some of the things we see in those sci-fi films can come to pass. But for the user end, it's not different. It is not different. It's the same way you have 419, you have people intercepting emails, you have people intercepting financial transactions, you have people cloning accounts and messing around with it. It will still be the same with AI. The bad guys, the enforcement guys must know how to catch them, which is a bigger problem. They need to upgrade their system to even know what these guys are doing and how they do it, and then know how to catch them. And then we pray that we will all learn and be kept safe from all the traps that they are going to keep setting, because sometimes it's very difficult to know. You have been inside it before you realize that, wait a minute, what exactly is going on? And I don't know if that is sufficient for you, sir.
Yeah, it is. It is. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Ruth, I saw your hand. Have you lowered it?
Yes, thank you, sir. I want to say that it's true that AI has come to stay, even in the education sector now. For example, if I'll give my student assignments now and they submit it, there is what we call a plagiarism check on our system that we use for the student. Once you submit an assignment, before reading it, there is a space there that we'll go and check. Even though the answer is correct, once I see the percentage is over 50, I'm going to give you 0. So we should also try as long as it's easier, it's a shortcut, not just looking for the answers directly and just copying and paste. Should try and use our own language to humanize it a bit before using it. And it has also helped me also a lot in my research too. I just copy some chapters and put it there and ask it if it perfectly fits for that chapter or if it needs to be reshuffled to another chapter. So no, yeah, it really helped me a lot and save time, because now we are all in the AI world. Any other people that sees the work should be able to know. I'm trying to make it novel. It's not common. Nobody has researched on it before. However, I have to make sure it is novel and it is AI free also. So that's
Thank
what will earn the trust of the externals too.
thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for
And
sharing.
we sorry, and we should also be careful about what you call footprint too, on what you post online, like the what Mr. Barnabas also said last time. So we should also be careful about some information we put online. I used to tell my students that mostly that don't just share your pictures anyhow. Don't just go and dump your photos, your pictures, your personal details in some sites. So people just go and take it, and before you know it, they're using it for something else. And
Yeah,
there's no way they'll clone you and you don't have choice.
yeah. And it's even so bad now that even your fingerprints can be taken without you being aware of it, depending on how you expose your hand to the camera when the picture is being taken. So it's a very serious world right now. And one other thing you have raised with your point is that we need to all be careful with AI beyond even all this dark web thing is. If I ask anybody here right now, how many phone numbers, and I want us to be honest, if you can unmute, please unmute. How many phone numbers do you know by heart? Anybody? Ruth, how many phone numbers do you know by heart? What's your, I don't know, what's your supervisor's phone number? Do you know it by heart?
No.
Okay. Maybe
I
you know
don't
your
know it.
maybe you know your husband's, yes?
Yes.
Okay, apart from that, maybe you know your mom's.
My mom, my dad.
Okay. After maybe 2, 3, that's it, yes? Is there anybody here
No.
is there anybody here? How many numbers do you know by heart? John, do you know my number by heart?
Maybe 5 or 6.
Okay, John, do you know my number by heart?
Yes, I know your number.
No, not you, John.
Yes,
Okay.
I do. You want me to call
Okay.
it?
No, I don't know your number by heart.
Okay.
How many Barnabas, how many numbers do you know by heart?
Maybe mine, my sister, my family, immediate family, I mean, nuclear family, maybe.
You know your dad's number by heart.
Yes, dad, mom, my sister, and myself.
Is there anybody who knows more than 5 numbers by heart?
I
Sincerely,
think I do.
Yeah,
who
I'm
is
still
that?
old school, Sha. I'm still
Who is
old
that?
school.
Who is
So
that? This one I
intentionally,
know. Who
sometimes
does
That's
I
John?
Esther
Which Esther is this?
Patoki.
Okay, how many numbers you know by heart?
At least I can still do all like 8 or 9.
Okay,
Wow.
give me the names of the 8 or 9. You know, yes,
I have my sister's number,
yes,
her husband,
yes.
my mom,
Okay, give me her husband's number.
080
Wait, oh, wait.
381.
Wait.
sorry, we are live. Oh, we are
I
streaming on
know, I
YouTube.
know,
T-Mac.
I know, I know. Give me the last 4 digits.
Maybe 4 digits, yes.
The last 4 digits.
5543.
Okay. Yes. So
Wow.
you know your husband, you know your sister's her husband, yes?
I know my sister. I know her
Yes.
husband.
Yes.
I know my mom.
Yes.
I know my elder brother's 2 lines.
That's 6.
Wow.
I know your number.
That's 7.
I know my boss's number.
That's 8.
Uh,
You have tried. Where am I going? Some years ago, before GSM came, I had tons and tons of numbers in my head. That was the only way to keep it, unless you are writing it in a book. Telephones came, address book came, and then we all became very lazy because you can always find it somewhere. And you actually, that the place where you are finding it is the place where you need it, so you don't need to bother. The risk of AI is that if we're not careful, AI is going to make us all become very stupid
Yeah, and lazy.
and lazy because we will not, because what you don't use, you lose. For the previous episodes of this series, I had to dwell a bit deeper on the fact that before AI became this incredible machine, Google was the precursor. And you want to run a research, good, I have some research people here. You have to put in what you're looking for in Google. Google will give you like 1,000,000 returns. You then open them one by one by one. And you see what is relevant, you copy out. Then you now go and start going through and start mixing it. And now all you need to do is tell AI what you are trying to write. Is it academic? Is it this? Is it that? A few lines. Boom. All that work that takes you 3 months to put together, AI will give it to you in 3 minutes. I do not know how much intelligence the generation coming are going to have. Sorry, intelligence in native. I do not know how much of ability they are going to have. Yes, how much of the capacity to do themselves they are going to have. Which therefore means that the day AI, for whatever reason, has a glitch or you're in a place where you can't access the internet or it breaks down, you can't revert to the manual mode. You can't revert to the default mode. I don't know, but The point is, as we are learning about AI, as you are learning to use AI, let's be intentional that AI does not end up using us to the point where we are now completely helpless when we do not have access to it. But it's similar. So why I started from the phone angle is that we don't see it as something peculiar to AI or think that AI has committed an extraordinary sin. It's just to know that it is the way it is with technology. It's the same way with driving. I don't know how many people here that are driving manual, that are driving automatic, can jump inside manual and drive it. So people have never driven a manual car in their lives, and they probably will never drive because this one that we are even moving towards driverless vehicles, at the manual or at the automatic or everything is entering inside voicemail. So just do your best to keep your brain alive, because one of the things I'm also afraid of is dementia. And dementia is not about age. Science is proving that dementia, unless there is a trauma or anything physical, is about usage. It is not about age, it's about usage. If your brain is not actively working, the brain in a bid to just keep itself alive, we call what you call pruning. It's how to prune your brain cells, thinking that you don't need them. And then the day you now need them, they are gone and they can't be replaced, at least for now. So let's be intentional to keep our brain alive. Read, exercise it. Don't let AI kill your brain. Be active. Let your mind be active. Let your brain be active. Learn a new skill. Read a book. Do active exercise, play games, puzzle, Sudoku, anything that keeps your brain circuitry alive. Because if you are not careful, AI will end up using us, and hopefully we will succeed at it so that we don't become senile at no time at all, simply because we have not been using our brain. Okay, so thank you very much. With this, we have brought this series to a close. 7:30, good timing. I don't know if there's any final thing from anybody. Please follow us and join our conversation. We are trying to build the LinkedIn community where I'm not a social media person, so we are looking for those who can just fire up the place. And the idea is to have a platform where you can crowdsource coaching and you can crowdsource mentoring, where you have an issue, you can drop it and people can share their experiences, you can learn, and you won't repeat the mistakes that others have made. So join us on Telegram, join us in all our channels. Thank you very much for being here today. Thank you for being here for the series. A new series will start next month. And if there's anything you'd like us to cover, please feel free to reach out. You can drop your ideas of you like to see us focus on this or that or that or that or that. We will calibrate it and see how to accommodate it in our flow. Typically, we would have a quick survey, which my producer will pull up now. It's just like 2 minutes. Please help us to fill it so we have an idea of what you think of what we're doing. And if there are things we can do better, I would like to hear from you. Coffee Dias, I'm not happy with your silence today. I hope all is well. Not a word from you, but thank you for being here all the same. Thank you, everybody. Have a good day wherever you are, morning, evening, night, and see you next month by God's grace. Thank you, and bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye, Ruthie.
Bye.
Everyone. Hey,
Coffee Diaz has said something. Oh, hallelujah.
Hi, Timak.
Good evening. Why did you now shank me like that? I've been calling since you didn't answer. What's up?
I'm so sorry. I'm very distracted where I am.
Yeah, not a problem. Thanks for joining, and I hope you're fine.
I am. Thank you.
Okay, thanks everybody. Enjoy the rest of your day. Bye-bye.
Bye, everyone.